have your big toes together and your heels slightly apart, so like a V shape. Or if that's not comfortable, and in some bodies it's not, then just have your feet parallel, your toes pointing forward. And you can just lift up your toes and push the ball of the feet onto the mat. Lift your toes up, spread them wide, and then put your toes down. So you're getting a really nice base. And you can imagine you've got energy coming up through your feet to your shins and your thighs and your hips, your torso, your shoulders, and then your arms. And then up through the crown of your head. And you can just stand here. This is called mountain pose. And you can have your eyes open or closed. And just stand in your strength. And breathe. You want to have deep belly breaths. Make your exhales longer than your inhales. So say breathe in to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 6. And you can count in your head. You can take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and just notice how your body moves as you breathe. Your belly balloons on the inhale and softens on the exhale. And take your arms out by your sides again. You can open your eyes. And then we're just going to start swinging our arms around. And you can allow your torso to go with your arms and your body, just flicking them from side to side. We'll take our arms up overhead now. Clasp your hands. Your feet again, you can do any adjustment with your feet. And during this time, particularly with half moon, I like to have my toes together. And then stretch up out of your waist and then drop over to the right-hand side. Now with stretching out, you want to try and don't be leaning forward, don't lean too far back, just try and lean straight to the right-hand side. And then look up under your, up towards the ceiling on the left-hand side. And you can breathe into the stretch you've created on the left-hand side. And then come back up to center. And let's go over to the left-hand side. Again, imagine you're like squeezing between two pieces of glass. So you're trying to just keep your stretch directly over to the left-hand side, and you're getting a beautiful stretch down through the right-hand side of your body. And you can look up to the corner. Come back to center and go over to the right again. Look up. Back up to center, and again over to the left-hand side. Come back up to center and just allow your arms to flop. Okay, now you want to take your feet about mat width apart, about hip width apart. And then we're going to just take our arms up overhead, do a slight back bend, and then just bend your knees and throw your arms down like this. So it's almost like a skiing motion. Inhale, a little bit of a back bend, and then exhale. And with your exhales, you might want to bring a bit of noise into it. So you go, ah, inhale, and then ah, ah. And last one. Ah. You can come back up. And then now we're going to go down onto the mat. We can come into a seated position onto our mat. That was some new sort of Kundalini stuff that I'm bringing in to the yoga. All right, you can sit up tall in a comfortable, easy seated position. And then we'll just start rolling our shoulders out. Slowly inhale up and down. Allow the shoulder blades to fall down the back and around. You want to try and link your breath in your movement. Let's take it the other way. Take your arms out to the side. We're going to cross the left arm over top of the right and the right under the left. We can go into our eagle arms now. You can have your hands onto your shoulders, or you can take them into the eagle arms. We're going to inhale up and we're going to round forward. Inhale up and exhale as you round forward. Inhale up and round forward. And let's release that. You can fly your arms out. You can just move from side to side, stretching them out a bit. Now we'll take it the other way. So it's going to be the left arm top, right underneath. Your hands to your shoulders or into your eagle arms. Lift your elbows up, then look up, inhale up. And then exhale, round your spine and hunch over. You can open your arms up again. Spread your fingers wide, open and close your fists. And shake out your hands, shake out your arms. Do a bit of a arm stretch now. You can extend the right arm out and take the palm of the left hand and pull your fingers towards you. You can stay there. If you want to go a bit deeper, then bring your hand to the mat, have your fingers facing towards you, and then just lean into the right arm. Breathe into any stretch that you may be feeling. And let's release that. You can shake out that hand. And we'll do that on the other side now. Extend the left hand out. Bring your right hand and bring the fingers of the left hand towards you. You can stay here, or if you want to go a bit deeper, have the fingers facing in towards you and lean onto your hand. Getting a beautiful stretch up the forearm. You want to be having deep belly breaths as much as you can. You can shake that out, shake out both hands. Let's take it to the other side now. So we're going to take the left hand on top of the right palm, and you can just pull your arm in towards you like this, or you can have your hand, the top of the hand flat on the mat and leaning onto the hand. And let's release that. You can shake it out. I'll take it to the other side. So take your right hand and push it against the top of the left hand. You can stay there, or you can take it down onto the mat, place the top of the hand flat onto the mat. And let's release that. Shake both hands out and your arms. Imagine you got like some goo on them and you just really want to shake it off. Okay, let's take the left hand, and you feel the muscles up here, and you can just give yourself a little massage. You can pinch into the, I should know all these muscles, but I don't exactly know all of them offhand, but you can pinch this muscle here. Give yourself a little massage on one side, and then let's take it to the other side. Pinching in here, it feels actually pretty good. Let's bring both hands again and just roll out the shoulders. Hands onto the knees, roll shoulders one way and then the other. Extend your arms out and bring your hands onto your shoulders. And we're just going to start with some small circular motions. Imagine you've got paintbrushes on your elbows and you're just painting with small circular motions. You can allow the movements to get a little bit bigger. You want to work through this slowly and mindfully. And then let's take it the other way. We'll start off small and then gradually allow the circles to get bigger. And you want to link your breath and your movement. And extend the arms out. And now just bring them in front of you, clasp your hands and allow your pointer fingers to stay out in front. And then inhale your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, round your spine and take your hands to the floor, to point towards the floor. Then inhale up. And then forward, round the spine and lean forward. Again, linking breath and movement. And last one. Roll the shoulders out again. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Your right hand can stay on your knee and extend your left hand out, straight out from the hip. So now you've created more of a stretch in the left side of your neck. You might want to bring a little bit of movement into that, get into the juicy parts. Allow your chin to come a little bit closer to your chest. Allow it to drop down to your chest. And to roll over to the left-hand side, left ear to the left-hand shoulder. And then let's take it back. Slowly, slowly, right ear to right shoulder. Let's work through slowly, slowly moving chin to chest and ear from one side to the other. Extend your right hand out now too, so you're getting a beautiful stretch both sides of the neck. And pause where you feel your one part of your neck might need a little bit more love. And just work organically through this. Breathing deep into any areas that are tight. Allow the chin to come back to your chest. You can bring your hands back to your knees and then just bring your head back up. I'm going to come onto our seated position. We're going to come into Dandasana. So we're going to use our strap, legs straight out in front of you. You want to pull the fleshy bits out from underneath, and so you can try and get your sit bones on the mat. You can take your strap and put it over the ball of your feet. Okay, sit up tall, and then allow yourself your torso to fall over your legs. Now you can be here, and if that's enough of a stretch for you, that's perfect. You want to be pushing your heels out and have the toes facing towards your forehead as much as possible. You can slowly crawl yourself down to your own beautiful degree and allow your head to drop. This is getting a beautiful stretch through the whole back body. You want to keep your legs engaged. And you can release that and put your strap to one side. We're going to take our block now and we're going to go into reclined fish. So we're going to have the block just by the middle of the back, by your waist. You might need a cushion. I think a lot of you may use a cushion. And so we're going to use that to support our head. You can allow yourself to just lie back onto your block, into your supported fish. Again, you can have a cushion under your head, or you may not require it, whichever works better for you. You can keep your arms here by your side, and that can be a beautiful chest opener. It may take a little while just to get really comfortable on the block. If this is enough for your arms, enough of a workout, then that's fine. It just come better into the camera. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, you might want to take your arms up overhead. You might have another cushion underneath supporting your arms. And if you don't need the cushion, then you can just allow your arms. They must be supported either on a cushion or a pillow or just straight onto the earth. And we're allowing gravity to do a lot of the work in a pose like this. You can stay here, leave your legs straight, but if you want to involve your legs too, you can bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to drop out to the sides. And let's release that. You can just pull the block out from underneath you. Come flat onto your back. Extend your arms out at a T. Bend your knees, have the soles of your feet onto the mat, and then take your hips over a little bit to the left-hand side of the mat and drop your knees over to the right-hand side. You may want to block underneath your knees so that they're supported. This is a nice stretch for the abdominals and for the back. If it works for you, you can cross your right leg. Your left leg on top of your right leg. And take it into a deeper stretch. This is called twisted roots. With this, you want to make sure both shoulders are staying flat onto the mat. You can have your look up straight to the ceiling. Otherwise, you may want to take your head and look over to the left-hand side, opposite your knees. And let's release that. Bring both feet flat to the mat. Bring your hips back to center, and then let's just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Now back to the center of the mat. Move your hips over a little bit to the right-hand side, and then drop your knees over to the left-hand side. Again, you can put a block underneath your knees to support them if you like. Otherwise, if they reach the ground, you might want to take your right leg over your left leg and come into a twisted root. You may even notice that these are actually eagle legs too. You can look over your right arm, opposite way to your knees. And let's come back up, bring your legs back up to center. If you had your legs crossed, uncross your legs, take your knees together and the feet mat width apart, and just windshield wipe your legs from side to side. Extend your right arm up over your head and roll over onto your right-hand side. We'll just be here for a short while. Roll right over onto your belly. And we're just going to come into a Sphinx pose. So you want to have your feet about mat width apart and have your collarbones shining forward, your arms just straight out. Imagine like the number 11. This is beautiful Sphinx pose, opening up the chest. You might want to take your chin to your chest, drop your head. And now we can release ourselves down onto the mat, all the way down. Extend your right arm out directly in a T, and then roll over onto your right-hand side, legs into a fetal position. Your head can be on a cushion, if you like, or on your mat. Have your left hand supporting you. And this is broken wing. It's a beautiful opener for the front side of the body. If you want to take it deeper, you can cactus that right arm, and that'll have the stretch go through the full chest muscle and into the shoulder area too. You can straighten your legs and then roll back onto your tummy. Extend the left arm out at a T, straight from your shoulders. Turn your head over to face the right-hand side, and then roll over onto your left-hand side, bending your legs into a fetal position and supporting yourself with your right hand. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can cactus that arm. And you can release that, straighten your legs, and let's roll over all the way onto our back. You can bring your knees in towards your chest. You can hug, give yourself a hug. Rock a little bit from side to side. You can take the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. Take your knees apart and hold on behind your knees or on the outside of your feet. This is a happy baby pose. And this is also really good, just holding on behind your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest, so elongating through the back of your neck. Allow your shoulders to go flat onto your mat. And breathe deep belly breaths. You can release your feet down to the mat and then straighten your legs out. Take as much space on your mat as you'd like. Take your arms out at a T. You can close your eyes and come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Notice how different your body may feel from when you first started the class. Allow your body to digest and integrate all the work that we've just done. Thank yourself for taking the time to make it to your mat. Close your eyes and relax. can roll over onto your right hand side. Cradle your head with your arm. And come back up into a seated position. And take your arms up overhead, clasp your hands and bring your hands down over your heart, thumbs facing up. And just breathe. You can take your hands down over your belly. And feel how your belly expands as you breathe in and softens as you breathe out. You can release that. Take your hands up again over your head into prayer position through your forehead into your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, you ladies.